Hi, it's Dawn. I'm back for Craft Your Nest. Today I'm going to go through a layout and I'm going to really show you my process. Everything here is sped up to double time just so it doesn't drag on forever, but you really get an idea of how I work through a layout. I'm going to warn you in advance, my battery camera died, so the last couple steps where I added a few embellishments, you're not going to see it on the video, but the rest of the process is shown. Right now you can see that I'm just starting to layer up some vellum and some pattern paper. I do not measure it with a ruler. I just kind of eyeball it, and you can see there I mark it with my fingernail, and then I just trim it. It is totally just done by what looks good to me. I don't have any special process or special measurements or anything like that. So a couple of these sheets that I have are some scraps from other projects that I worked on, and I'm trying to work those into this layout, so I'm seeing how they would best fit. And you can see there that I'm moving this polka dotted sheet this way and that just to see how I best like it with the photo. And then I have that other sheet with the blue flowers that was also left over from another project, and there I'm cutting that down as well. At this point, I pretty much have all the papers cut. I'll do a little bit more trimming, but my papers are pretty much cut where I want them, but I do not have anything adhered, and that's typically how I work. I wait until I am 100% positive where I want things to go before I start adhering anything. So I will fiddle and I will fiddle and I will fiddle some more until I get it exactly how I want it to look. I have that tag, that XOXO tag. It's got the gold glitter, and I wanted to include that so you can see that the way I've got that sticking off to the side, I've just shoved, it sounds horrible, but I've kind of moved things over to the left-hand side of my page to better accommodate that tag. And there you can see I'm trimming that blue polka dotted paper one more time. So once again, I'm laying everything out how I think that I want it to go. And then I will take one more look at it to see if there's anything else that I want to do or to change or to alter about the current layout. I decided that the blue flowered paper just needed something, a little extra oomph. So I grabbed a border punch. This is from Stampin' Up, but I'm sure other companies make them as well. It turns into almost a notebook paper. It's a punch that does that look. So I went ahead and just punched the one edge, and then I'm taking my fingers to give it a little bit of dimension there. So at this point, I'm pretty happy with how I have my papers. So I want to go ahead and look at a couple other pieces. I've got these little journaling blocks. They came with that Scraptastic kit that I've been working with. So I've decided I'm going to use 2 of these little journaling blocks to do my journaling. And here I'm just fidgeting with how I want them to go on the layout. And then I've also decided to use this border sticker. I know I want to put it under the photo, but I'm not ready to adhere anything, so I'm just setting it back on its sticker sheet for safekeeping right now. The little journaling spots were perforated, and I did not like the perforated edges, so I'm just taking my smaller trimmer and just barely trimming off those perforated edges. Okay, once that is done, I have my 2 journaling spots ready to go on the layout. And there, I'll get those put in place. This layout also came with some flare badges, and so I pulled those out, and I'm just going to see if I want to use any and where I might want them to go. And I will just play around with embellishments. I am not a fast scrapbooker. I would like to be a little faster than I currently am, but I am just not a speedy scrapbooker, so I will play with things and move things around several times. At this point, I know that I like my paper placement, so I'm going to go ahead and just adhere all of those down. I will pick things up, you can see that, as a group, and then I adhere them bottom layer first, and I work my way up. That makes sense. So you can see I've got the vellum and the bottommost layer, and then I'm just going to continue to work my way up until I get to the photo. Sometimes I will take a picture with my phone if it's something complicated or something I think I might forget how I've done things, or I've really fussed over something for a long time and I do not want to lose anything. I'll just take a picture with my phone. But this one was easy enough that I'm just going to go ahead and just do everything by memory and put it back down. So I've got all my paper put down. I now have the tag put down just using my ATG runner. For the picture, because that tag has a little bit of dimension, I'm just going to pop that up with some foam dots. Now, it's right about here, and you're going to see it cut out in a second, where my camera decided to die. And I do apologize for that. In the end, though, all I did was put some journaling on those two little journaling spots and adhere them. Then I added a couple heart puffy stickers, and I used some enamel dots to make a Mickey head because this was a Disney page. And in just a second, you'll see the finished layout. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.